Okay, so this is Everfall. Everfall is my favorite territory out of New World Aeternum, and I just wanted to showcase a lot of the stuff in the house, and then probably come back and I'll do another video on some of the other things. But I just wanted to show like a lot of what New World had to offer, like as far as housing and as far as like the towns are concerned. Obviously, this is not the only dynamic of the game. There's wars, there's OPRs, there's capture the flag, there's open world fights, there's all kinds of other elements in the game that are worth exploration. But this is just some of the aesthetically appealing elements in the game that I kind of wanted to showcase. Again, if you watch my other video, like I did decorate this house. I don't have the best stuff. I don't have the best skill decorating, but there's some people that do have like really immaculate houses and have like a lot of really rare items in their houses, and you can go and you can explore their houses as well. You don't have to just come into the house that you bought in any of these territories. But in this particular house, I really liked the style of the house, the architecture. This isn't the best house placement by any means, but it is a really cool house. So I just liked the ability to showcase like as people are walking by. However, the likelihood of them seeing my house is very small, because some people have some. If you take a look here, some people have some really high scores when it comes to uh, just the housing environment. So we can go take a look at someone and see like what they have to offer. I don't know. This is probably a person that had decorated their house originally, and then like a lot of changes went by, and they never updated what was in their house, because you can see things are floating around, and when they had certain updates, they told a lot of the player base, they're like, some of the items in your houses might have shifted around, so you might have to go back there and refix those. A lot of people never returned to the game, so that's probably what happened here. Like I said, a lot of the stuff is just kind of floating around. I'm not sure why this house has like such a high scoring placement, but I know that a lot of people, their score depends on like how high their standing is in the territory. There's something called territory standing. If you take a look over here, you can see how high your standing is. Some people are much, much higher than I am, like in any of these territories. You can kind of see like the first three territories that I have on this account are pretty much like my favorite territories that I spent the most time in, and my territory standing kind of reflects that. A lot of the other elements in this game, for example, like companies and teaming up with other players and being part of the bigger community for like wars. There's a lot of dynamics there that I thought was really cool. You won't be able to find in another game where you could do a 50v50 and have it, closely matched, or have like a as close an opportunity for it to be super competitive. Like I'm sure you guys have like seen ESO and things like that, but this is completely different, and the system is completely different. There is siege equipment, but there's no sieging of like buildings or anything like that. The wars occur inside a fort or outside of the fort, but there's still a lot of elements that are never really utilized in other games. So this game, it really had a lot of core competencies. The value proposition of playing this game versus another game, it was very clear. A lot of the stuff that you can see here, like these are the shops. You can cook, obviously. You can make your own potions. You can make your own armor. You can, make the materials to make your own armor. Like there's a lot of elements in this game that are just really fun that you can, and you can spend your time. And obviously, you can mount up. And here's like the territory as it looks outside. Like this place is called Everfall. The whole area just looks like it's fall, and that's probably my favorite time of year. But yeah, there's farms, there's mountain areas, there's architecture from a long time ago. Like it's just remarkable, like what they've done, how they've developed this game, and all the things that people would enjoy about the game. There's something to enjoy in this game for everybody. Like, everybody can find something about this game that they like. The combat, I want to say, is probably the most dynamic element about this game. Like, the combat in this game has not been duplicated successfully. Like, a lot of MMOs will use tab targeting, which I personally am not a fan of. This game has a lot of free form elements when it comes to combat, so you have to be particularly mechanically skilled in order to fight successfully in this game. So if you had the ability to, learn over the course of time, your skill level would have been, significantly. There would be a skill gap between you and, someone who would join at a later date, and that just motivated players to keep improving and keep getting better. And the only way to do that is to keep engaging in the PvP. So, like, the combat, definitely 10 out of 10 for New World Aeternum. There's no way you would have been able to um, see like how good the combat was without being in like the Brimstone expansion. Like, that was probably the best combat in the game, was the Brimstone expansion. That's in my opinion anyways. Like I said, I don't want these videos to get too long. I just wanted to put some info out there and some content of my own. I'm sorry if you don't like it. It's just a quick overview, and I'm not polishing these videos at all. I just kind of doing this, in some free time, and I feel like the game deserves that kind of like honoring and that kind of respect. As you know, the game is set to be sunset in 2026, and this game, I don't think it should be sunset, honestly. Like, I really hope that there's a developer out there that can see the full potential of this game. The experience element is so incredible, and I'm going to expand on that in my next video. So, yeah, this was Everfall. The last video was, just a little bit of the Brimstone. I'm going to go to Evan's scale here in a second. But if you wouldn't mind, go ahead and like and subscribe the channel that I have out there where I post this video. I'd appreciate it. I'm not used to asking for that kind of thing, but I'm going to ask just because I do want to see if I can get some exposure for New World, just to see if, we can either save any of the dev team or save the game. I doubt like my video will make a huge difference, but here's to hoping. Thanks, guys.